Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Better Radio. I'm Brian.
I'm Liam, and this is our guest for this fine early Saturday morning. The artist known as Brieana.
Hi.
Who's a fellow comedian friend of mine, / photographer / artist extraordinaire.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me nice and early.
How are you doing on this fine Saturday morning?
I am full of French toast, so
Yeah?
really. I went to a Lou Rock's Diner, and actually it's not even like normal French toast, it was like phyllo dough French toast.
Phyllo dough French toast. Is that like...
It's just pastries for breakfast. It's
so
peak obesity, but I love it.
Where does that originate from? Do you know?
Diabetes, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's very good.
Interesting.
Very good.
That's glad to hear it. How have you been? How are things going?
Things are fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm here.
Life's going well.
It's going very well.
Glad to hear it. How's comedy treating you? You're fairly new, actually, right? How long have you been doing comedy for?
So my first mic ever, officially, was May 27th. But, after that, I did, one a week. So really, since mid-April. So
okay.
Probably, 2.5 months?
2.5 months, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, you're definitely very good. It's time... the age doesn't necessarily indicate quality. I think I was very impressed when you first showed up on the scene. Very happy to have you on the show now.
Thank you.
You've been making your rounds on shows and stuff.
It's true.
What made you want to get into stand-up comedy initially?
I've wanted to do it since I was a little kid.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was I don't know, since I was a baby, I don't ever remember not seeing it, but my parents would always have stand-up on, TV and stuff, and I would, dress up in my mom's clothes and, do little shows and stuff, because I'm an idiot. But, yeah, no, I've just always wanted to do it, and then, I don't know, my brain finally snapped, and I was like, I'm going to do it, and here I am.
Was there, a moment where you were like, I'm just going to go for it full out, or?
Kinda, I guess. I saw, a show at Ralph's, and, Jesse was actually...
Oh, which show was it? Was it the one with Jesse and Paul and David?
I don't remember. It was an FBW show, and it was in March. I know Jesse was on it.
I was there. I was there at that one.
Oh,
I didn't
you
know
were?
you, but I was at that show, yeah. I wasn't on it, but I was there.
Yeah,
I said, Liam's like, yeah, so I was there. Maybe you remember me.
No, I was on the next FBW show where I dressed very...
and by then I was...
Yeah, we were familiar.
So that's the time span. When I was there at that first show, I was not doing comedy. And then when you were on the show, I was. So that's how...
Cool.
That's a timeline. But... Yeah, no, I saw Jesse and, I don't know, I wicked liked him, and he was so fucking funny, and now I'm glad he's my friend. But, yeah, I don't know, I was like, I want to do this, so I did it.
Oh, well, did you mentioned when you were growing up, your parents watched stand-up a lot. Do you have any comedians in particular that might have influenced you, that you think? Or that you remember?
That I remember? I don't know. I watched, so many of them, and they were just always, Comedy Central specials, where it was just kind of, not, super huge names, so I don't really remember any, but I know that, Mitch Hedberg was, one of my favorites.
I love me some Mitch.
I fucking love him. So, him, Jim Brewer was, another favorite.
Brewer's
Dave Chappelle, obviously.
His new special? What'd you think?
Huh?
Special? What'd you think?
I liked it.
Oh.
I'm not, oh my gosh, the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, but, it's... Chappelle, it's great.
Did you catch so I didn't know that there was an epilogue to it. Did you catch the epilogue?
I did. I watched the epilogue.
Yeah, I didn't know about that till recently. It was cool. It was I had another 25-minute special out there.
The only thing I had about it is it was weirdly artsy shoot. I was like, what is happening?
No, it was definitely way more experimental. It was definitely him just trying out stuff.
Yeah.
You could tell some of the material wasn't was. I don't remember. Was it all off the cuff?
Kinda. I think that was the point. It was just kind of here's the real Dave Bent, but it was
good. It was good.
Cool.
I've been, to be honest, I'm just happy he's back. Yeah, I'm happy he's just putting specials out there on Netflix. I think comedy needs a voice like that out there for sure.
I'm I don't know. I don't really watch specials that much. I don't think, aside from Chappelle's special, I haven't watched stand up in forever. Aside from
weird.
Every night.
I was gonna say, it gets weird when you're seeing it out there, and then you don't want to sound
I don't want to sound like them because I super pick up on people's diction and stuff. So it's I don't know, I just absorb people's cadences really easily. So it's you can probably tell what movie I watched based on how I speak after. It's so weird. But
yeah, well, I know nothing about that. Not even a little bit. I don't know. I don't have any idea what that sounds like or what that could be.
Yeah, no one's ever compared you to
any comedian. Not once ever. I don't. No, I don't have any idea.
Yeah. I have no idea. What... Have you heard of Anthony Jeselnik, by the way? Like, do you know of him?
Sounds like someone I gotta check
feel
out.
like
Sounds
you
like.
might like
I
him.
bet he's if someone's comparing to him, I bet he's really funny. So I'll have to check him out sometime.
Pretty great.
It's pretty good. One thing I just want to get out of the way, Liam. It's almost your birthday.
Oh yes, turning 22 years old.
So I get you a present.
No way! What'd you get me?
It's that Amazon package that I was frantically looking for.
Oh shit!
So I'm gonna grab that real quick.
Oh, this is very awesome. This is exciting. I'm excited about this. It's fuck. What are we doing? What are we doing here, Brian?
So I didn't wrap it.
Didn't wrap it. No, that's wrapped. That's in a
This
package.
is
That's
very-
literally in
That's
a
what I figured.
package.
So happy birthday, Liam.
Oh, what are we looking at here? This is exciting. I love 3 things.
I hope it's money so you can tip waitresses.
I really hope that's the right thing because I haven't checked it, obviously, because it's still in there.
Oh, fuck me. guys, this is big. I got Garfield on Blu-ray.
Yeah, so last episode, Liam and I were talking.
It doesn't even have Bill Murray's name on the front. That is
No,
so
it
bad.
does
He didn't
not.
want to be attached to this product. Look at that. There's no Bill Murray on the front of there's no names. It's just Garfield.
That face is what I look like under these glasses right now.
The fact that this is on Blu-ray is very exciting to me. Brian, I'm watching this soon.
Yeah, so happy birthday, man.
Thank you. This means a lot to me.
Hopefully that will.
To be fair, there's no names on the front. No one is
I don't
attached
think anyone
to this
wanted-
front.
That's the right one.
With Bill Murray.
Yeah, I don't know. I just.
It'd be weird if Bill Murray is in that movie and his name's not bright on the
Yeah.
top, right?
Yeah, he went to his agent. He's like, I will kill you if my name is on the Garfield Blu-ray.
I thought this was a cartoon.
Yeah,
like for
I'm
kids.
wicked not seeing Bill Murray.
So.
Yeah, it may not be. Well,
Brian,
you'll find out when you listen to it.
I'm there's not a Stefan Trotsky? No, and Bill Murray. This is the Bill Murray
it
one.
is on there. Oh, okay. I was like, they just dubbed him out.
I'm,
He's like, just take me out altogether. Just
Garfield makes regular cat noises
Yeah.
throughout the whole film.
This is one thing. So yeah, last episode we talked about if Garfield had a Blu-ray. Like I said, it probably didn't. You said it did. So figured it would make a good present for this episode.
No, I'm all into it. This is this is the best gift I've ever received in my entire life. This is better than the gift of life.
Wow.
It's more valuable.
Fair enough. I'm
No.
sure Bill Murray is psyched that someone said that.
No,
Or
this is
incredibly angry that someone bought the Blu-ray of Garfield. He got that like 62-cent check. In the
that
mail.
royalties. Like,
Yeah.
bitch.
I gotta get him to sign it.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, that's out there. He'd probably punch you right
Yeah,
in
he
the
would
mouth.
just stab you right in the eye with a Sharpie.
We'll see. I'm gonna break into his house with a gun, so
That should end well.
should be easy. And
You are a celebrity stalker.
Brianna, do you have any opinions on Garfield as a cat or as a character?
As a cat or a character? I mean,
what do you think?
oh, he's alright. I used to like love the comic strips when I was little. Remember like the big fat books they would have?
Oh,
like
yeah.
every library had like just 300 compendiums of fucking Garfield comics.
As they should, not enough though.
As they should, not enough. But yeah, I liked him. That's
Huh?
it. I'm not very strongly opinionated on Garfield.
You're more of a dog person.
I hate animals. Just kidding.
Whoa,
No.
whoa! Well, you're wearing I think
The skin of a Care Bear.
giraffe skin.
Giraffe
Pretty
skin?
sure it's a Care Bear.
I
That's a
thought
Care
it-
Bear.
I thought
I'm a
it was
big
a
fan.
zebra skin. Yeah, no. Clearly, if you're wearing the skin of an animal, you love them. So
You're literally wrapped inside of one.
I'm
I
literally-
don't understand how you
I'm
could be more
engulfed.
passionate for it. I'm glad to hear that you're such a big advocate for it.
I am a big advocate of skinning animals and wearing them.
Do you
suits.
wait for them to die?
No.
Yeah, you don't want to, right?
It's getting cold out.
It'll
You
get cold.
need-
It'll get.
Yeah, you need the meat to be.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
warm, little
You do.
warm.
I'm with you on that one. I am with you on that one. Okay, so we talked about influences in comedy. I know that you're also incredibly. You make some of the best posters that the Worcester you do make the best posters the Worcester comedy scene has right now for sure.
Keyword Worcester. I'm like a Worcester 5.
You've been in it for
Boston
you've
2.
been in it for a few months, and you're already producing the highest quality product of a certain good. I think, and our scene has never looked better as a result of it. Now, does it mean we have good comics at these shows? I don't know,
They
but
look damn good.
it does
though.
look great. Never better, but
I took your headshots.
yeah, you did. You took a lot of people's headshots, like a number of people's headshots. You're very talented with the whole. I mean, didn't you have some history with digital applications at all?
What What do you mean?
Digital design? No, that's a class in my school.
I have an art
digital.
degree. You're gonna have to dumb
That's
it
what
down.
I'm getting. Yeah. Well, no. What do you have the art degree in? Is it
I have an associate's.
Probably art.
No, I have an associate's in graphic design.
graphic design? That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Digital. I was thinking digital app graphic design, and it was 2 words. I was too.
I'm good at the Photoshops and sometimes Illustrator. No, I've been doing like computer art and shit since I was like 6. MS Paint, son.
That's a good one.
My biggest YouTube video, it's all done on MS Paint, actually. Has over 200,000 views.
Wow.
Do you want to give a shout out to your
give
channel?
a shout out to the channel.
Shout out to my channel that has nothing on it yet. Yeah.
Well,
they're
Other
all
than a
named the same.
200,000 view video?
Well, it's been on since I made it literally in like 7th grade or something.
So people have just been like 3 views a year.
Right, yeah. So it's just like perusing. But
it's not just perusing. That's 200,000 views.
It's a very specific video, so they would have to seek it out. Like you cannot just happen upon it. But my YouTube channel and my Instagram and pretty much everything I do is all not a damn cheese.
Now, where does that come from? Is it a play on a name, for instance?
I don't like being called Brie. I hate being called Brie. I am not a damn cheese.
Not a jam cheese.
My French teacher in
Brian
7th grade
clearly
forced
just
me
got
to
the
be
joke.
called Brie. Yeah.
Right.
There's
right
there it is.
you.
Live,
There's
subbing live.
If you want to find the video, it's on there.
We're gonna link
Which
it
one is
or
it?
something.
There's a lot of bad animation. There it is, right there, that one.
All right.
It's like a MS Paint like slideshow.
Kinko the Clown.
It's a bet.
There's 354,000 views. You
Wow.
I
sold
undersold.
yourself.
This person,
stay humble.
Brianna's
So
just coming in
everybody,
here like, I don't
make
even
sure
know.
that
I don't
you go
care.
and subscribe to her
Very
channel.
on brand.
Check out, was it Kinko?
Kinko the Kid Loving Clown.
The
by
Kid
Dr.
Loving
Kinko, the
Clown.
kid-loving clown. What's
So Sight Unseen, now that I heard the full title, I don't know.
You should check out that song. It's a life.
Song.
It's a life brand.
It's a song?
It's a song, yeah. It's a song by Dr. Demento back in the day when comedy was on the radio.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I was raised with that shit. I was
That's what I'm
very
saying,
into it.
yeah.
So other than
I've been a
doing,
comedian since a child.
So other than doing the posters, have you thought about incorporating your art with comedy for perhaps your YouTube channel at all, or
yeah,
comics
actually,
or anything?
I have some ideas planned. I've been thinking of ways where I'm gonna like use my like animation know-how and all that shit with my comedy. Pretty obvious what I want to do, but like
Fair enough.
I have that planned and shit. And I had another one. I'm really good at like crafting and stuff, and like I've made puppets before. Crank Anchors is coming back, and I literally am like making a puppet of myself to do like a Crank Anchors, like my version of it pretty much. So now it's back, and I'm like, fuck, it's gonna look so.
Crank Yankers?
Yeah.
Is that,
you're not familiar.
is that
you
porn?
fucking youngin'.
Sounds like porn.
Yeah, so it's puppet
young.
porn.
Puppet
No. So
That's what I would call
the
it.
general idea is
Maybe
like
like hands
have
inside.
comedians doing like prank calls, crank calls,
Crank
Crank
calls.
and then
calls.
they like reenact them with puppets.
With puppets.
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
that show
It's very
slapped, bro. That was,
Yeah, I
oh
mean-
my god, it was like my favorite.
I'm sure if I were to see it, I probably would be familiar with it, but I can't
September
say the name.
25th, it's coming out.
Liam's birthday. Just in time for your
22,
birthday,
22.
Liam.
That's the reason I gotta go. I gotta go do that.
You can watch a double feature of Garfield on Blu-ray and then Crank Yankers season
and then
10
at
or
night,
whatever it is.
and then at night, me and you will be on a show, Brieana, right? That night at the Dark Rose Saloon, hosted
Dark
by the
Rose.
illustrious Kevin Knightley.
It's-
That's not
That's
the
a
Woo
different
Nanny.
thing.
Yeah, that's the Woo Nanny Festival in the following week, the 30th.
Told
Yep,
you I wasn't
starts
going to
at
take it
30th.
down.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we can keep it up for at least one more week, I think, until
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You big fan of chicken Alfredo?
Yeah, I fuck with chicken Alfredo. A little bit. It's not my
Interesting.
favorite, but
Yeah, okay.
I'll
What
eat it.
about Star Wars?
I'm alright on it. Again, tepid. Very.
Tepid?
I'm like,
Interesting.
whatever. Like I'll
You're
watch
being
Star
recorded.
Wars.
Just be careful
Oh,
what you say
Oh fucking Christ!
about Star Wars.
Star Wars is great. Like I don't know.
You want them to keep making them, right? Forever?
Sure.
We want them to keep making Star Wars movies for forever.
I don't know if we do anymore.
I'm speaking for
vaguely
me
saying-
and Brian here.
Oh,
We definitely want them to make Star
If
Wars
they're
movies
good,
forever. No, we want them to
sure.
keep making Star Wars movies forever. Disney just made a park, you know? It's going to be great
Are
forever.
you up for a role in Star Wars? Why are you pushing
Yeah,
this so
I
hard?
feel attacked.
I think Brieana hates Star Wars because she hates Disney as a brand. She
Good,
thinks
fuck
they're
Disney.
evil.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No,
Talk
honestly,
about it. Let us hear
fuck
it. Let's
Disney.
hear it. Here we
I
go.
am not a fucking Disney kid. I don't give a fuck. People think Disney is a personality trait, and it's not. I don't care.
People are like that.
I don't care. Like people, like Disneyland people. I'm like, you like that? You like standing in line for 3 hours with a bunch of screaming kids? You're
But they
into that.
got
Walmart is free,
turkey
you
legs.
fucking turds.
They got turkey.
They got
legs.
turkey legs? Yeah, so does Market Basket. Am I gonna fucking build my life around it? No.
Those are hot takes coming
Fuck Disney. I don't care. I don't care.
in. What's your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie? Lion King was pretty sweet, but like,
Okay.
and honestly, like,
That's
but
a
like,
good answer.
because that's the only Disney movie I remember even watching as a
so
kid.
it sounds
Did
like
you
you're
watch
just
the
talking a
new
lot
one?
of shit
I'm talking a lot of shit.
for no reason.
No, I mean I watched Aladdin. I watched the classics. I just
Okay.
thought they were fucking like
Everyone
they're
else
cool.
watched
Like whatever,
Aladdin.
fine. They're great for kids, but like
Justin
adults,
Trudeau.
were like, I love Disney. Oh my god, like
Like,
shut up.
You
Adults who like children things are fucking dumb.
what about adults with children that like children things?
Fuck them. Breeding's gross.
You heard it here first, everybody.
So, did you watch the remake of Lion King? With
No, I
Donald
didn't.
Glover?
I
I still
actually,
haven't seen it actually.
I
Donald
did
Glover's
want to
in
see it though.
Yeah.
I fucking love him. So
Yeah, I know,
I
you mentioned that.
I would watch that. Honestly.
See, you can use Donald Glover to get into Disney with Lion King and Solo.
We also have the same
Star
birthday.
Wars.
Oh, you do?
Yes, September 25th.
And then you can,
Me, Will Smith, Hugh Hefner, and T.I.
wow.
I know.
All those people
So you
combined.
prefer-
We
really
all have a
makes
lot
you.
in common.
Is your Hefner still having birthdays? Is he still alive?
No, he's
Is
been
he
dead
dead?
for a few years now.
Yeah.
Has he?
Rest in peace, King.
Oh yeah, I remember. He died.
King. You remember Miss March?
Yeah, movie's sweet.
Oh my
Movie's
god.
sweet.
She's
You ever
in
see
it
it?
at
Anna
the end.
Faris?
No, is Anna Faris?
And is it Anna Faris?
No, that's
It's the other fucking.
House
Bunny.
Bunny.
House
Oh,
Bunny.
House
Yeah,
Bunny.
yeah, that's like the Hollywood version.
How
of this.
could I confuse those?
Miss March is like two of the whitest kids you know get
Oh
the
yes,
budget
yes,
to make
yes.
a movie for
I
some
love
reason.
Whitest Kids You Know.
do?
Oh,
Oh,
my god,
okay.
Trevor Moore was like.
Yeah, he's big.
Throughout high school, such a boner for him.
Yeah, dude,
He's
same.
still do.
Yeah. He's making music.
Is
now,
he?
you know?
At Trevor
yeah.
Moore.
He's
Yeah,
If
doing
you see
specials.
this.
He just
Doing-
put out a special.
yeah,
HM,
comedy
yeah.
specials and but it's like a kind of like a Bo Burnham thing, right? Where he's doing musical
Yeah.
comedy. Yeah.
I love musical comedy.
I'm
Not
into
gonna
it.
lie.
He's like
I mean, it's total
actor.
gimmick. You're kind of a hack.
Stephen Lynch was one of my
depending on, you know,
favorite.
whatever, but that's interesting. They're all hacks.
That's fine. That's
Well,
fine.
then.
We've determined that my taste is trash, so
I
I'm
think-
gonna die on
Why
whatever
can't, why
shitty
can't
hill.
someone just like go on and just pretend to be like someone else? You know, I think it's way easier to just do that than to pick up and learn a guitar. You know what I mean? Call back to me being just a carbon copy of another comedian that I've been compared to a few times. That
He
I've
also
again,
hates musical comedy.
Does he? Awesome.
Unjustifiably. I
Cool.
have
Good
no-
to know.
Oh man.
And we are back.
Yeah. So again, if you don't mention it, they won't know that we went anywhere. But
We're back.
every time you say we're back,
Nothing
they know that we had to
happened.
stop recording for a minute, and Jenny had to get up and redo the cameras. And
Well, we're finally back, Brian.
We're
Here
ta-
to do a
we're
podcast.
taking Jenny away from healing people on Overwatch. I
Is that what she's
assume.
playing?
No, I'm playing Stardew Valley.
Stardew
Okay.
Valley? Oh, you farming?
Yeah.
You got RuneScape on that? Yes or no?
No.
Dude, you're such a loser.
I fucking love RuneScape. I
RuneScape,
played that shit. I was so
WoW
lit.
Classic at all?
I still don't have a
Playing
99.
WoW
I
Classic.
I couldn't
Okay.
afford WoW, but
First of all, two things. Playing RuneScape.
are we shocked?
No, do you still play it? No.
No. Sometimes.
We need Alex
Okay,
back
so-
because Alex is a
Sometimes.
huge
Let's
fan of RuneScape.
there's nothing wrong with like being into RuneScape, but like what about being into games that like respect your time?
Not interested.
Yeah,
Not into it.
So like
Have you seen the men I date? I am very into wasting time. I am very aggressively into just doing the same thing, the same repetitive action over and over,
Yeah.
with no reward, really. So I'm into it.
I think people that are into
Jesus.
WoW, World of Warcraft came back. They're doing classic servers and that's being. I think people that like do that.
I'm pretty sure they ripped that off from RuneScape Classic. I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
I
they
think
did.
both
RuneScape Cloud.
anyone that does like plays those things like they're just spitting in the face of like people that are making games that are like giant open world experiences that are
Right.
beautiful fucking.
No one's saying
2019.
that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas isn't a beautiful masterpiece
Well,
of
that
its
game
time.
came out over a
but-
decade ago.
Shut
so
up. It's new
maybe
to
Grand
me
Theft Auto
still.
5 or Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh, Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of my favorites, though.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Trevor's
in
Bay.
fairness, Red Dead
feel.
Redemption 2 does not respect your time.
You're not right.
The horse balls
okay, what are you
are
talking
great.
about? Red Dead
They're like,
Redemption?
oh, let me loot this, and Arthur's like, let me do this in slower than real time.
No, it's all immersive.
but
First
it's
of all, you
not
played
immersive.
Red Dead Redemption 2 for like 20 minutes, so I don't
Yeah.
really care like
And
what you
about
have any
10
opinions
minutes
on
of
it.
That was
Yeah.
Arthur looting
It's like an
stuff.
80-hour like American Odyssey. Like
Listen, I can.
it's
have
very
an
real.
opinion.
It's all about you can't. It's like you have your opinion does not value at all. You don't know anyone other than the first main character's name. No, you don't have an opinion on that. That's valid. The develop probably so many people's kids didn't see their parents for so long.
That's ideal.
Just so the balls can fucking. Do you know the balls on the horses shrink in the snow?
Cold. Yeah.
What type of immersion you're gonna get? You're gonna get that in RuneScape? I doubt it. Gonna get that in World of Warcraft? I doubt it.
You're right. All right. No one's telling you that horse balls isn't like the goal, okay? But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna enjoy killing dragons.
If the horse balls don't shrink in your video game in 2019, you might as well not have a video.
What if the video game doesn't have horses?
You might as well not have a video game.
Yeah. Well, like Madden, as long as it's Colts
you need
players,
horses.
balls shrinking.
They do.
Cold, then
Is
that's
that
fine.
is that what happens? Do they have that
No,
level?
Madden, like, they have
I'm
a
super good at
frostbite.
Madden on accident.
You're good at Madden?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the game I was playing. It was a sport game.
Football?
It was some sport. I don't know. And this dude, it was at like a
What was going on in
party.
the sport?
It was I don't know. They were throwing a ball and getting a point. And then so like the
Starting
point
at 25.
is the dudes were all talking shit, and I was like, let me play, and they're like, yeah, whatever, bitch. And I was like, cool. And then I was just like, mashing buttons, how I do, and I won. I like kicked their ass at this game. And I was just like, talk shit now, bitch.
I feel like that's how I've ever won a game of Super Smash Brothers as well.
I've tried. It doesn't work with Super Smash
Really?
for me. If I play as Kirby, maybe if I'm playing against other idiots, but like when you're up against someone who's like a champion, like a Paul Cypher's a fucking
Paul
Smash.
Cypher's
Yeah.
loves to
knows
smash.
how to
He's
do
a
combos
Smash
and
brother,
use his
all right.
shield.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just found out that shield actually does stuff, so... I was
didn't
like, what's
even know
this
you could
stupid
shield.
bubble around me? Get it off.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like,
Yeah.
that's a shield, Brian. That's how you don't die.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that
I didn't know there was
explains-
defense.
That explains why I'm always flying off the map, I guess.
I introduced Paul into like the Dark Rose open mic was last week. I introduced Paul. I said Paul Cyphers loves to smash, and I don't even know if he got what I was trying to say. Like I was
I
like,
got what you're.
You did? Okay.
You did. I thought you finished that thought and was like a Smash brother. Like
No, I just said loves to smash, and then I let him
Oh.
on, and then he just kind of looked. I was like, all right, maybe that's.
I think that's just him.
better
That's just who he is
hosting.
as a person.
But
Just looks at you weird.
it was fair enough. Well, have you seen him play Smash Brothers though? It's fucking crazy. He's
Seen
so
Smash, but
good
not
at it.
Smash
Yeah.
Brothers.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Yeah. It's no
much-
RuneScape though.
much better
It's
than-
no RuneScape.
Much
Yeah,
better
does
than his
he
comedy. And
Can
no,
he-
Fuck with RuneScape.
Yeah.
Does he fuck with RuneScape?
What
Awesome.
kind of trees can he cut down?
Y'all are
Because
all
I'm up to
losers.
you, okay? I can cut down magic trees.
Again, horse balls. So
Still no 99. Listen.
yeah.
Horse balls.
Favorite restaurant as a kid?
Favorite restaurant as a kid?
Yeah.
I was a very fat kid, so literally all of them. But like,
Okay. I want one though.
I fucked with.
Could
I
be
don't know.
fast food.
I mean,
Could be a franchise. I don't care.
It's probably gonna have to just be like McDonald's by default because we couldn't really like afford restaurants and shit aside from like dollar nuggets. So I fucked heavy with nuggets and Whoppers. So Burger King and McDonald's.
You tried the Impossible Whopper yet?
I haven't eaten at Burger King probably in like 300 years.
Really?
Well,
Yeah, I haven't eaten fast food
Dude, you're missing
definitely
out.
in like 3 years.
You can
that's
get-
smart. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's real bad
like,
for you.
Once in a while,
real
Taco Bell,
respect,
but
but you're only around once, you know. So like, if I can live
I've had
50
Boca
years
Burgers.
of eating Whoppers, I'd rather live 50
Oh,
years of
you-
eating
you're like-
Whoppers than
you're
100
skinny,
years.
It's fine. You can eat as many you want.
Yeah, but like my internals are definitely bad. I eat so I might be like skinny, but like it's definitely just a machine
Skinny
that's like
does not
operating.
equate to health.
No, it does not.
Very body positive statement there.
I got a doctor. A guy went in for a checkup recently, and they're like, "Wow, you don't have great." Like, these are not great numbers. Like,
You're lying.
yeah. So I should probably start eating bananas or some shit.
Definitely should.
You can die
Bananas
if
are
you eat
good.
only fruit. Did you know that?
Well, see, more of a
Fruit-
reason not
the
to eat
fruitarian.
fruit. I knew I was right. the whole time.
Yeah,
I know.
it's like that's
Well-
why I don't eat any fruit.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
I
No point.
used to be super into like powerlifting to a point where they like put me on like a poster. Like
That
I
was
was
awesome.
like a fucking peak fitness person or whatever for this little like local thing. And I remember they would, like, tell me at some point, they're like, oh, you should, like, cut down on fruit. Like, they were that hardcore about, like, cutting out sugar and
Yeah,
shit.
you can't have sugar when you're
and
that.
fruits are, like, 100% sugar, pretty
I used
much.
to be very jacked as well, so I feel that.
Yeah, it's like, I fucking just want a banana. Quit giving me
Now
shit.
I'm just fat.
Yeah, now I'm just chubby. I could still kick someone's ass, but, like, very, very cute and chubby now. I used to, like, I, like, kind of am glad that I'm not so powerlifting because I would, like, scare away guys.
I was gonna say it's better looks for comedy. You know what I mean?
I guess.
You know, have you ever seen like a jacked comedian do a set? It's very
Joe
weird.
Rogan.
Yeah, well, Joe Rogan can. No, I mean like
Female Joe Rogan. That's
have you ever
my
seen like
brand.
jacked comics like at local shows or whatever? I mean, not our scene's not very attractive looking individuals for sure.
Jesus
but
Christ.
taking shots.
These
You're
guys get
welcome. I'm
canceled
still
on the
new,
Worcester
but-
scene.
Dude, if anyone has a problem with that, they're in denial.
Yeah.
So
He's going to have to go to Boston, and then he'll get canceled immediately upon walking in the club.
I am not going to make any more comments on any scenes.
There's a Framingham
right now.
open mic once a month. Do you
Hit me
wanna
up.
go
I'm
yet?
doing it. I'll be there.
Oh,
I'll do
shit.
there.
Where?
I'll do it next time.
When?
Next time it's around.
Plug
Yeah.
it.
Something Art Center? Let me look
The
it
Art
up.
Center.
Yeah,
Oh, this
stop,
is good.
stop.
Definitely. I'm going to do great there.
Great things come from art centers. I used to be on the board of directors of an art center.
All right, so open mics in Framingham.
Here we go.
Amazing comedy open mic, music and comedy and poetry. First Wednesday of the month at 7:30.
Those are always good.
At
You combine all
160
three of
Hollis
those.
Street, Framingham. October 2nd is the next one. Hey man, you know, well, maybe you do know the grind of having to go up on a music mic and just being like, hey, I'm going to do comedy now.
Quite
And
aware. That's how I
everyone
started.
being
Yes.
Excuse me?
It's so rough.
Oh, you want to tell? You want to? Oh,
Yes, let's
yeah.
tell-
Tell me your
okay.
first story. Yeah.
So-
Those are fun.
Yeah, it definitely sucks, dick. But, like, yeah, the first couple of mics I ever did were all, like, mixed mics.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you ever follow a 3-minute poem about cutting yourself with suicide jokes? It's great.
It's actually
fucking-
my material. So
Yeah, like, my whole material, they were just, like, not sure if they should hug me or laugh. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
it's not rhyming, but neither are their poems. So, like, they really couldn't tell. But, yeah, and then I did another one. It's just... It's weird. I did one in Fitchburg, and, like, it was mostly music, and, like, but after that, everybody kept trying to be funny after, because they were like, oh, we're going to do comedy, too? And then, like, everybody was just giving me, like, street jokes. They're like, put this in your act. And I'm like, I've never heard
Oh,
that
that's
before.
that's the
It
best,
was,
right?
Yeah.
I was
When
just
people
like,
are
leave me
"Hey,
alone.
so
I'm going to go.
I thought of a joke you should do. Or in my case, it's like, I was thinking of a sketch you could
Yeah.
do. It's like, oh, that, you don't actually understand comedy, it feels like, but you're pitching this.
yeah, no, my favorite is like someone will give you like a premise. And be like, yo, this will be great. You got to do this on stage, and then like there's no punchline, and then be like, yeah, but you know you make it funny. You
Yeah.
make it. It was like,
You
oh,
make it
Well,
funny.
you know, I was thinking, you could do like a bit about oranges. I
Yeah,
feel like there might
yeah.
be something there.
Yeah.
You can get it though. You got this.
my
It's
favorite.
Orange.
My favorite interactions have been. You ever have this? I had a kid once come up to me at school and say like, Liam, I hear all comedians are just secretly like closeted depressed people, and that they're always just really on edge.
And you're like, it's
I
not
was-
a secret, baby.
No, I just looked
Not
at
a
the.
secret,
I
baby.
just
We
looked at-
let it loose every night.
That was all the person said, and I was like, I have no idea what you want me to say to this. I was like, I don't know, dude. It's you know, some bitches maybe are all just losers up there venting their emotions.
It's like,
I don't know. No. My point being is like, why do you say that to someone? Like, why would
Oh, I
why would
don't
someone
know.
why would someone like
It's so weird. It's like
he's
not
doing
all-
very
Are they
well.
trying to get like hot like mental illness goss? Like, ooh, what's the 411 on that?
I didn't I didn't get
Anxiety.
it. Yeah,
Let
it was
me
pretty
know
much
the
he was
tea.
just trying to like I don't know. It was like a weird thing to try and make a point on, and I was
I
just
heard
like
you guys are all depressed. Is it true?
and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
man, you haven't talked to me in the 3 years I've been at this school, and this is a good start.
It's a great
Yeah,
opener.
we're rooming together now, so
Wow. So it worked. It's like,
it worked
this is
out.
my end.
yeah, it definitely worked out great. So yeah, you weren't a big fan of the first time you went to a music mic.
I mean, I wasn't not a fan of it. I didn't know that I wasn't a fan of it until I did actual comedy mics, and I'm like, oh, these are way fucking better. And I've like never.
It's a different ball game. You never
It-
go back. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I would like to. Like I like the shows that I went to and the venues, but like they're not good practice for me. So like
You gotta hit up the Raven with me sometime. That's a music/comedy open
the
mic.
last time you went to the Raven, you attracted that guy, so that place freaks me
Yeah.
out.
What's wrong with having fans? Just- I can't.
He's
Is Leon Legacy still the mic host?
Leon, no, it's Brandon Sunshine
I
Steve
don't know that.
Stevens.
sunshine.
Yeah, I love Brandon Sunshine. Also, that man that followed me to that other mic,
Is he still around? Because I'll go to the Raven. I just don't.
He's gonna be around. He'll definitely be there.
Oh,
He's a regular.
All right, you
And,
know what? Fuck it. I'll
Definitely
go.
follow
Let's
me.
go.
For sure.
I'll do a show.
No, yeah,
so.
he's hasn't come out. I mean, I did stop advertising like the mics. I mean, I also I was still young and naive at the time in the game, I guess. But yeah, after that incident, I stopped for a while because I was scared
After
about.
the incident.
No, I mean,
It was an incident.
Yeah, to the people that were in that room, no, it was an incident. That's all you can really call it.
Honestly, I was into it. I thought it was hilarious, but like,
Cool.
I love chaos. So
Yeah, mental health
if it's
is-
funny to me, it's not funny to anyone else.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, exactly. It was definitely funny if you weren't a part of it. As someone that was, it was a horrible experience. But if I was in your shoes, I'd be giggling my dick off. So, the Raven's a great place to go every Wednesday. I don't know. For me, it was a music open mic / comedy open mic now, or I don't know. I'm pretty much the only comic that does it, but
Do you
like
think
regular
that?
Nightly used to do it with me all the time, but he said he doesn't have it anymore. He doesn't have the drive. He doesn't want it. He doesn't
want
it.
those sick like
He doesn't
15
care.
to 20 minute
Is
spots.
this so you can test if Kevin watches our podcast? You just get to talk shit on him.
Kevin Knightley's the worst comic I've ever seen,
Real piece of
and
shit.
I've watched a lot of
Great
bad comics.
podcast guest though. So
Oh, totally. The whole Wendy's stuff, it's great. Classic material. But,
it's a big classic, some might say.
yeah, big classic.
That's
That's a Wendy's joke. That's
that's
good.
a-
That did go over my head at first. It did, but
It's a deep cut Wendy's joke.
Yeah. A bit more of a,
It's a running theme. Fast
that's a
food.
real baconator of a situation, Brian. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a real spicy nugget. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, it's devolving.
This is
horribly.
or it's evolving. Something more beautiful than you could have even understood, comprehended. It could have been capable of becoming.
We're definitely getting a Wendy's sponsorship now.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm
Oh
all
my
into
God.
Wendy's.
Very on brand.
We'll put a Wendy's poster in the background after this one.
How about instead of
I'm Wendy's.
the whole film thing, we just have the Wendy's brand with the audio?
Uh-huh.
How about we just do that from now on every
Yeah.
episode?
Okay.
I'm into it.
I think they'll be fine with that if we don't ask permission and try to avoid them ever finding out.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Probably you're right. Wendy's dropped a nice mixtape a little while ago.
What?
It's worth checking out. Yep. It's called "Where's the Beef," I think, or something like that.
That's pretty good.
It's
They know damn well where the beef is. Their Twitter is fucking fire.
They are
that's
the
good.
beef.
They are the beef.
Yeah,
They bring
it's
the beef.
It's like it capitalizes on that
Mhm.
like idea, I guess.
mhm.
A lot of
Do you remember when
disses.
they did that day where they're just like, we'll just drag all our followers if you want?
Oh really?
Yeah. They
Yes,
were
I
like,
remember
We
that.
don't give a shit.
It was
We'll
great.
End your life.
That's funny.
Yeah. That was probably a lot of that was probably the best day ever for the marketing intern that had to run the Twitter account.
Oh totally.
Like I get to just mess
Also,
with all these people
I
who
hope-
tweet at me when any Wendy's gets their order wrong.
Yeah,
like I
it's-
can do something about it.
Yeah, it's for sure not an intern. There's no way. They might have like a genuine comic writing that stuff. It's pretty.
You think
There's
so?
some fun. I don't know. It could be like just something that they're outsourcing it to, but
Mhm.
it's I write the Wendy's.
Rihanna,
Tweets.
would you take up the mantle of Wendy's Twitter if you were offered it?
Oh, absolutely.
Wendy's for life.
You know I love fucking roasting people.
Or yeah, I know. Also, we're gonna talk about that in a second.
Oh shit.
But before that, I also started at a music open mic in Worcester, which was cool. It was I was lucky because when I first went up there, I had been afraid of doing it for so long. I didn't want to go on until I knew I had a few minutes of like solid material.
That's what I did.
And like, so I went up and my first experience wasn't that bad. It was okay. It wasn't like, I definitely at the time was like, oh, I'm hot shit. I'm like the best comic of all time doing this once. But like,
Right.
it was like
As it
sandwiched.
goes.
It was sandwiched between like two like acoustic sorry, not sandwiched between two. It was the outlier of an entire show of like acoustic like musicians and stuff.
So they're
at,
up
like
there
a soup
hey
kitchen.
There, Delilah, and you're like, so dick jokes. Let's
Yeah,
get
it
Y'all
was-
want to hear about my dick?
It was like my mom drank when I was in utero. And like
And they're like, damn, that would make a good acoustic song.
Yeah,
Gotta just write
yeah.
that.
It's got the
I
soul.
also had one of my friends. At the time I started with someone who he hasn't really kept up with it as far as I know.
Who? Name him. Shame
Uh,
him. don't have to.
Kevin Knightley.
No, I wish.
Again.
He's a replacement.
No, I mean the
Your
kid.
rebound.
The kid's very funny. I would like him to have kept at it, but I don't feel comfortable name dropping him unless he.
Is it Bill James?
No.
It's Bill James. No.
Fucking Bill James.
Yeah, but he was funny. If he ever hears this, I hope
He
you.
knows. If he
He
hears
knows.
this, he knows.
No.
This song's for you, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely weird, but I do feel like for like, at least in this area, you gotta do stuff like that,
Yeah.
to get your feet wet with it at first,
Yeah.
and I think that's very important for any community to have experiences like that.
That's what I did. I went to a couple. I went to this mixed mic. I don't know why I didn't think to check out the comedy beforehand. Whatever. We've established I'm an idiot. But I would go to a few shows, kind of take notes on just being on stage or behind a microphone, and then I would work on my material, which I already had.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of, I don't know, turn into jokes. The freaking video's on my Instagram, so you can see my very
shit.
first time.
No, did you really record it?
Yeah,
for
I
that?
did. My
Oh,
very
that's
first set ever.
fantastic.
Because I was like, oh, this will be a good thing to see in a year to see how much I've
Right.
progressed and
Yeah.
shit. So yeah, no, I put it up there. It's at Ralph's, the Dirty Jaren show. I'm wearing a smiley face shirt, so
Okay.
and it's a recording of my body, so it's me. You'll know it.
Cool.
You'll know it because it's rough.
I'm excited. I'll definitely be sure to check that out. I definitely so the first time I went, I didn't think it was that bad of an experience, something you described. But the second or no, maybe the third time I went, I was the only comic, and everyone was just there to have. There was a room of probably 40 something people,
Shit.
all engaging in conversation over
Yep.
dinner,
Yep.
and I'm up there hey, pay attention to me.
Listen about my dick.
And it was so bad. I remember I had my buddy Izzy there, and he.
I remember.
Did I talk about this? Have I
I
talked
think
about
you
this?
showed me the video of it.
Okay, yeah, it's so rough. It's me trying
Oh, no.
hard. It's me trying
Aw.
hard, and it's the definitely the worst stand-up experience I've ever had. Because it's you're just looking into a void almost of people that don't. It was yo, bring out the Ed Sheeran covers. We want the Ed Sheeran covers so we can talk. We want to be able to talk over it. That's what we are.
Hey, this is an A-team.
Yeah, this is 18. Yeah, this is 18. That's
18.
funny. And we're back. So
Don't have to say that.
Liam
again.
made a RuneScape
So,
account.
yeah, I'm having withdrawals.
Yeah, we
and-
forced Liam to play 18
RuneScape.
hours of RuneScape.
That's gonna be my
hours.
podcast, forcing comedians to play RuneScape.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually.
It's mine, coining it.
So, Brieana,
Liam.
you've developed a bit of a reputation on the Worcester comedy scene
Have I?
for being the roast queen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she's
The
very,
queen.
very, very good at
Right.
writing roast jokes. From the get-go, I thought you were. I'm not
From the get-go, I just thought you were just real mean.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Just a
What
real
a
fucking
cold
cunt.
bitch! It's every time she'd be on the mic. No, it's good. I mean, you're very entertaining whenever we do roast wars and stuff. It's fun to watch. Where do you think that comes from? Were you hurt?
God, Liam.
Well, I've had 20 years of traumatic childhood abuse.
Wow, I wasn't really hoping we would take it there. I'm sorry that we did that. I'm trying to meme over here
No.
pretty hard, and
No,
took it to a real place. I
literally-
was hoping for man, I just like saying
roasting,
silly stuff.
I would because my mom was always embarrassed to be with my dad in public, so she would leave us both in the car, so we would people watch my
And just
entire
rip them
childhood,
hard,
and my
yeah.
dad would just fucking shred anyone who walked by,
That's sweet.
I would also eventually do that. So I've just been a huge cunt my whole life.
Wow.
It's intense. It's awesome.
I'm into it.
real
That's sweet.
mean. And
Is that why she didn't want to? Because even in public, he would still just out loud be.
oh yeah,
roasting
and that's
people.
why I'm the way that I am. People, it's oh wow, she really has no shame. And I'm like, you're right. But yeah, no, and just being bullied a lot as a kid. I was so quick with the comebacks and shit.
Yeah.
So it's just sad and traumatic. But now I am the queen of Worcester roasting. So-
Damn, I wish I was friends with you in high school. I could have used some lines. I was just acting very edgy.
I was a huge douche in high school, so I had no friends.
I was in a small group of
What
friends.
were you in high school? I mean, probably not
Was I
different
in
because
high
you're a
school?
youngin', so
Yeah, so
how you are now.
Or
Three-
3 years.
Three
Yeah,
years ago.
3 years ago?
So 3 years
Gross.
ago, I think I was a little shorter.
So you were 6'6"?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I like to think, Brian, you've known me for a pretty good amount of time. I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say we've known each other for a while.
Yeah, a little bit. And let's say we go way back. But I don't know. Personally, I think I've kind of always just been this. I don't know. I don't think I don't personally think I've changed that much. Like
Just
I don't
always
try
kinda
to.
gentle and mild, like a little baby Jesus.
Like just like a little baby
Sweet
Jesus.
and mild, like a
Yeah.
nice Taco Bell
I
sauce.
always
I'm into it.
blame, like, when you hang out with me and my friends who are all pretty mean but funny, that's probably like where it started, and then you just went way further than any of us in terms of being
Just check up on me every
mean
few
and
months. Like,
saying
okay.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I remember we would play when we would play like video games and shit, like Call of Duty or Gears of War or whatever. I would just say like some really, really horrible shit.
Yeah, well, you grew up in the prime time
Canceled.
of
Those Modern Warfare 2
Xbox.
lobbies.
Yeah,
Oh,
lobbies
fuck.
where everyone was just so mean to
So
each other.
many white kids dropping things
So-
they shouldn't say.
So many.
See, I never did.
So many
Yeah.
Shane Giles out
Bad,
there, you know what I'm
bad.
saying?
Saying what?
Shane who?
What?
Well,
What's-
I think
what's
what you
his last
tried, you didn't say it correctly, but good
Yeah, it's
joke,
Garrus,
very edgy.
so-
I love it.
Yeah.
What's his
good
name?
stuff.
How do you say his
I don't know. Should we say it?
Should-
He's close to some people we know. So
Oh,
Shane
is he?
Gillis, if anyone,
Phyllis.
if anyone,
I was trying. Let's just say it was intentional. Like,
Is he from Worcester?
I don't
I don't
think
know
he's
anything
from.
about him.
He's from where?
He's from Philly.
He's from Philly. Oh, really?
Oh. I
Okay.
love
All right. Cool. So for some reason I thought he was more close to our scene for some reason, but oh fuck him then. So I don't know. What have you seen the Shane Gillis thing? Like the guy who got
I
canceled.
know the
from
story
SNL?
of it. I've never seen him. I've never watched him. From what I hear, it's like, oh, he's an alright guy who did some fucked up things, and it's like, haven't we all? So I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
whatever.
You should probably see the clip.
He's a
Most
white
of us
guy.
don't
He'll probably.
record
Oh,
it
is
and
it
put it
really,
on the
really
podcast.
bad?
It's
Is it,
not
like,
easy
wicked
to
bad?
defend. Yeah.
It's not easy to defend.
It's
Yeah.
not
Alright,
even like
fair,
he's
fair.
making a joke. It's just like
I heard he
the
was
joke
doing
is
the
that
thing.
I'm being casually racist
Yeah.
on a podcast.
Ugh.
So it's not really.
I don't know. Like it's stuff like I probably would have thought was funny in high school.
Yeah.
You know, 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
when,
And-
Middle school, I would have been like,
Uh,
this is sophomoric. I would have never.
This is sophomore. Good heavens.
Good fucking
I won't say that I
heavens.
never would have
Yeah.
found that funny, but once I like talked to adults and
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
educated me on why that's not funny, it's like,
But but it also like
Hashtag growth.
yeah,
man.
exactly.
But you know this doing comedy and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do try things that and just like you think it's.
There's a way to be edgy.
You think it's funnier than it is. You know, and like you don't
My
know.
whole
Sometimes
set.
you don't know until you try. But
Right.
it was I don't know. It was
But
something
that
that
like stopped being funny. Like,
it would have
like
flown in the
Adam
90s.
Sandler.
What he said
Oh my God, the
would have
90s
flown in the
Slapped,
90s.
bro. He would have slapped.
It would have
in the
flown well
90s.
in the 90s. It probably would have been the
He would've
best clip
soared.
of their like entire
I would have just
podcasting
been
career.
on
Oh,
SNL
yeah.
in the 90s.
He would have just been
Exactly.
on SNL.
No, exactly. He would have like, oh, they'd be like, oh, sweet. That's probably why he got hired. Like,
Yeah, like
but
Lauren Michaels like, this guy's a fucking throwback.
yeah.
that was his tape. You know, that's what got him on SNL. It was the rise and fall.
But I guess as a result of this stuff coming out, something this guy said on a podcast a little while ago, he was canceled. He lost his job for SNL. He was pretty much ostracized by a lot of the online community. A lot of comedians have stood up in defense of him.
Yeah.
And I can defend. I can take a look at like all the positive things he's done, contributed. He's a comedian, stuff like that. I personally don't grade him based
Right.
on like a slip
Like I said,
up on a
I don't know
podcast.
him.
But
I don't know him as a person.
Exactly.
Like, because some people like comedy. It's like a character. It's not even them. Like,
totally. I mean, dude, if I
That's coming from me. All my jokes are 100% like pretty much true from my real life, but like I also recognize that some people they're just, fucking around. So I'm not going to like cast a serious judgment. What he did was definitely fucked up, but like
Yeah.
I'm not like, "Oh yeah, burn him at the fucking stake." Like
Yeah,
cuz then again, I don't know. I also didn't see the video. So we'll find out.
Well, I guess
I think
Burn him
I
at the
think
stake.
he did deserve to lose. I mean, SNL should have checked before that he had, because his podcast was just out there.
Cuz wasn't it also not super fun? Like I could understand if it was like 20 years ago. It's like, all right.
It was a year ago.
It was a
yeah,
year
it was
ago.
a year ago. That's I don't know. It's
and
a
he,
little
essentially
recent.
he did an Asian accent and he said like some
I know he
Asian
said the
slurs.
C word a
Yeah,
lot.
the
Cunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's the
Yeah.
worst word for
He's
Asians.
stealing my
The
bits,
other
so
one.
just cancel Shane.
Yeah, I think obviously he deserves to lose his stuff, but I think there does have to be like an avenue for people to re-ingratiate themselves if they show like genuine willingness to learn and grow from their past
It's just gonna take
experiences. Like, I do feel like right now there's a kind of like, I don't know, an idea out there that's like, all right, well, if you're ostracized, you're done forever. This person, you can never associate with them again. If anyone associates with them, they're also canceled by proxy. But we need to
it's too black and white. I feel like you got to give people a chance to grow.
So here's where I think the more interesting conversation is to be had, like on cancel culture, just kind of, which is like such a stupid fucking.
I know, it's just like cancel culture. I don't know if it's real because a lot of times when people get canceled, better stuff happens.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like Shane Gillis is probably way more famous than he would have been being an SNL. No one would have cared if he was a new SNL cat. He's definitely going to be on Joe Rogan. He definitely has found a much larger audience for his comedy, and he can probably sustain himself, and he's probably going to be beholden to a lot less strings than he would have been if he was on SNL.
Yeah.
And which is going to be great for him because apparently he loves to, push the envelope, if you will. Real boundary pusher in comedy. But sarcasm. And I don't know, I think like what is the point of canceling someone in the sense that what's the point of
it's like I don't agree with this, so I need to like cancel someone over. It's like it's just a way to like feel self-righteous a lot. I think.
Yeah, do you think it's all self-righteousness?
Honestly, think about everyone we're in like school with or back in like the 90s and shit. Every white person has been a fucking piece of garbage.
Every what?
White person.
Well, that's a
at some
big
point.
thing.
I don't care. I said it. Cancel me. So
every white. I mean, that's pretty.
At some point, like, are you gonna say you never laughed at a racist joke? Are you saying you've never like?
Yeah, but
have
other, have people that like non-white people have they like laughed at racist jokes?
Yeah, they have too. But like, Shane Gillis is white, and I think that's like the biggest thing. It's like he can't do it. So whatever.
It's a bad look.
I can only speak for the white people right now, and but yeah, it's like. I forget where the fuck I was going with it.
No, I didn't mean to throw. This is a sensitive topic. I didn't mean to throw a wrench at you.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's gonna be fine no matter what, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
I think like I said, I think if anything, he has a larger platform and probably a much larger audience as a result of this. You take a look at like someone like Colin Moriarty, who was canceled over a tweet, a pretty innocuous, safe joke.
Right.
I remembered what I was gonna say about like the cancel culture. People like. They cancel people because they want to feel better about them being like an atonement, pretty much. It's like, oh, I used to be shitty. So now if I like go the complete opposite way and totally shit on someone for being like that, it's like, oh, look, I'm better. See? It's like performative almost. It's like, I don't know. I'm not into the whole like cancel thing because it's like, I don't know. I have my flaws and shit. And like, I know that it's wrong. I know that doing those things is wrong, but I don't need to like make a big public display about like shitting on someone to get that point across. I'm more of like if you really believe it, you're a doer. Like you don't need to fucking put a big show on to feel something. I
think it's very easy to take a clip of a podcast, like even with the proper context of the podcast, and like discredit any good thing a person's ever done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And like, that person might have genuine hate in him. They might not.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, especially when someone's a fucking comedian.
Like go with the fucking, like what they do. I also
think if he showed genuine like remorse and was like, hey, I said some stuff, I don't necessarily stand by it. I understand.
Didn't he double down?
He kind of gave like a half-assed apology where he was kind of being defiant about it. And I do feel like if he gave like an actual like sincere apology and was willing to grow from it, he wouldn't have gotten kicked off. But
I don't know. I feel like a lot of like sometimes you can't. Sometimes you apologize, man, and people just never want to fucking hear it. And this guy will always hear about this for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
And I think
for a long time anyway.
No matter what what he did was wrong. I do think like every one of these instances of someone getting canceled, it's a case by case basis. There's different degrees of things that people do that are fucked up.
But even then, like I used to be like super into like Left Book and shit, and like even you just saying that they'd probably cancel you because it's like, oh, of course a white guy is gonna give another white guy a chance, and it's just such a downward fucking spiral. Yeah, Left Book. It's like people like politically like super far left. It's like left. It's like Facebook groups of everybody on the left and like you think
that sounds like a great echo chamber and great idea to bring like insightful conversation to people.
And like it's like I don't know.
Oh, it's Tumblr. Is what you're saying.
It's like Tumblr, but like where everybody went when they canceled porn. So like it's
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Rest in porn.
Rest in porn.
Oh man.
But so it's a lot. Like I don't know. I try to like see things from everybody's angle, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it's not really gonna fucking affect me. So I don't have an opinion on it.
Almost seems like a move though, right? Like if you're a comedian.
What do you mean? Oh, like
if you just wanted to, kinda. Like I mean, if you could cleverly ride a wave of controversy.
But then does it become hacky? Is all of a sudden, is being an edgelord going to come out of fashion? Because now everybody's going to be super edgy.
I don't know if
It's a bell curve.
edgelordness is like ever been in fashion
Why
per
not?
se. I think it's a acquired
We need
taste.
to go back to the 90s.
Let's look at YouTube from 2007 to 9 ish. Like that's what edgelords were.
Well, I don't get it. Or I was a big edgelord.
Oh, there are so many edgelords on YouTube.
He was
back in
only
the
a
day.
sperm cell back then, so we
Yeah,
gotta.
Like I would say, the Amazing Atheist is probably the king edgelord at the time.
Oh, what about what's his name? It's like Kitsune something. It's like something with a K. You know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
Oh, that dude. Fucking Christ.
But like shock value humor, that kind of stuff, and being like rude for.
Well, I don't.
Just
I
to
don't,
be rude.
I don't stand for anything of that like, not even one bit. So
Right. No.
No.
Yeah. Obviously.
You would love Anthony Jeselnik.
really, I should definitely check him out sometime.
Oh, please check him out.
I need some better material.
Yeah. It's a complicated situation, and you know, as a white dude, I can't really like give a informed opinion because no one's ever really said anything that's hurt my feelings too much, and certainly nothing that has been like years and years of
Like historic,
cultural
cultural suffering. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
so,
you
Even as a
listen
woman,
right
not even
here,
really.
you honky ass cracker piece
see,
of
like, you
filth.
can say that with all sincerity, and it's like,
Dude, if anyone
It
could,
can't hurt
it's not
you.
gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a honky. That's
yeah, exactly.
hilarious.
Like,
That's funny to me. You know, like
that's the real white privilege.
Yeah.
You can just be
Privilege.
like, wow, okay.
I know. I
Whack of
choose.
bread.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you guys said on this. I think like most importantly though, you know, so like okay, Chris Brown.
Oh boy.
Okay, Chris Brown, for instance. Okay, he's still making music. Right?
Yep, he is.
He's still making art.
Yep.
Yeah, he made
What-
a song with Little Dicky. That was disappointing.
A lot of
Yep.
fans.
He's out here.
There's a lot of fans. A lot of. So I think if someone like that could come back from that.
Is he really coming? I don't know.
Dude, he
don't
has
like
a
him.
song.
I don't like him.
I'm not a fan.
I wouldn't even say he had
Not
to come
even,
back.
like,
He never
everything
left.
else.
He like,
Dude, yeah,
shit out
he
of Rihanna
makes-
and was like, well,
He beat the fuck out of Rihanna. It
Have
wasn't
you
just like
seen
yeah,
her?
it's
How
so
could you?
fucked
How
up.
could you? Like
Yeah.
she's.
Yeah,
I'm a big Rihanna fan.
yeah.
Big Rihanna fan.
Well, I mean, he was too, I'm sure,
At one
and
point, but-
you know, people make mistakes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Shut the fuck.
No, I just like no, but like my
Of
Chris
course, a
Brown's-
white guy not
Chris
giving the
Brown's
brown
listening at home
one
like,
the
yes,
benefit
thank
of the
you, this
doubt.
guy.
I don't see how race has anything to do with this particular issue, but my point being like people like artists have been able to come back from I think worse than this, you
Right.
know, and it's interesting to see like I don't know, it's interesting to see who lets who in, you know what I mean, like why is that like okay
I mean, these
or-
days with
Artists always downstairs.
YouTube,
Look at it.
iTunes, Twitter, you don't need like big companies to make money. You don't need SNL anymore. Like his podcast would probably have a lot more viewers.
Chris
now.
Brown's.
If he had one, he would have a lot of viewers.
That's what I mean, yeah.
No, Shane Gillis, is that his name?
Shane Gillis, yeah.
Called
Shane
him
Gillis.
Giles earlier.
Yeah,
Gills.
Bear Grylls.
Shane Boy. Over
Shane
here.
boy.
Shane
Yeah.
Boy.
That was actually very interesting to watch happen. Like the day they announced the cast members, the clips came out, and I was like trying to follow along, like in their subreddit, and they're like, "We need to scrub the subreddit. We need like," and I was just like, "Whoa, this is insane to watch
What did
in real time."
what amazes me though is like who are the fucking weirdos digging like through people's stuff if the
It
company that
happens.
hired them isn't even gonna do it, you know?
I
And also
know.
like would those people be
But,
cool
like,
if you
what
dug through
Brian
their
just
stuff?
said-
I don't know.
The whole like you don't need SNL. I think that's also like what influenced my opinion because like when I first heard about it, I'm like, who fucking cares? Like I haven't watched SNL in years, and I know I'm not alone in that because like social media and like marketing, like if you can do that on your own, you really don't need
Stuff like
those
that.
outlets to be successful. So like, yeah, it probably sucked for him, but like I don't know. I was just kind of like, he'll bounce back. Like he'll be fine. Like
Yeah.
SNL is not the fucking pinnacle of comedy.
Well, that's
So-
sort of my point, you know, like
He'll be
he'll
alright.
find his audience that'll probably
Right.
support him through thick and thin, or he won't, you know, and the market decides that. I think in a lot of these instances of like canceling people though, people there's a lot there's a lot of negative that comes with it, but there's some benefit to be had for some people. in these instances.
It puts you in the spotlight. Like, your name is in the fucking
Yeah, dude,
press. Like, that's all that really...
I watched, like, discussions of other comedians, like, talking about this. Like, these people wouldn't have talked about Shane Gillis on, like, all these different shows or podcasts or whatever. And like you said, he's probably going to be on Rogan, or he'll probably be on something, and he'll find an audience that he can cultivate, you know.
Yeah.
And they'll probably support him through thick and thin. And it's a very unique opportunity he's been presented with, you know.
Put it this way. It happens with even, like, the most heinous shit. Like, you've heard, like, the jokes about, like, girls who love serial killers. On Tumblr, there was literally girls who were like, oh, my God, I love them. Like, fangirls of serial killers. It's like, if you can be... If your name is in the news for literally killing people and you still find a fucking audience, this dude telling fucking hacky 90s jokes, he's gonna be fine. Like, whatever.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Columbine,
remember when
Fangirls.
Rolling Stone got shit on because they put the Boston Bomber on the cover? That
They
kid
made him look
fucking
like a
bombed.
fucking
Yeah.
rock star,
And he's a
though.
fucking
fucking-
like he shared a cover with people as like David Bowie and stuff. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what you do anymore. Like,
Rest in
cancel
peace,
culture,
David Bowie.
exposure is exposure, and that's all it's gonna be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
And I just think
whatever.
I think like it's a matter of, you know, people will be put in different
yeah,
opportunities like that. It's a matter of capitalizing on it. You know,
yeah,
riding it though correctly.
definitely.
Which is why, if you guys check my Twitter right now, no, I'm kidding. I just a tirade of horrible things, like going very viral, guys.
Right.
I'm talking about transgenders in the military.
Oh shit.
No, I'm kidding. I don't. They should be able to die just like anyone else
True.
for oil. And I don't know. Brian, you got any questions for our guests today?
Me.
Because that was a fun,
I
lighthearted
feel like
discussion.
it got
about
really
cancel culture.
deep.
I don't know. I
I'm
thought
hearing
it
a
was a
fucking
good.
Care Bear
thought it was a
onesie
good
trying to
co-
have a good time. I'm
I
like,
think
shit,
I
we're
think
getting
it's
down to
so
my
much
moral
funnier
soul.
that we had that
like,
conversation, like this setup. We got a Garfield movie on deck.
like, I feel like I've definitely said things that's gonna get me canceled 900 times.
I do have one more question.
Question.
In particular, you went to school for graphic design. You said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So that's definitely where all your like artistic background came from, or was that something you did as a kid? You just have always been artistically inclined?
I just went to college because my foster mom made me apply to schools. But yeah, I've been doing art literally since the fucking womb. Like, just always drawing. Like, my favorite show as a kid was I forget what it was called, but like the main guy, his name was like Pappy, and he would like draw, and he had like this whole thing called Doodlebug. It was like a art show.
Oh.
Bob Ross for kids, kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, I would watch that shit all the fucking time. I loved it. And then when we got a computer when I was 6, like MS Paint, whatever, the first thing I ever drew was like a little bunny or something. And like I just was so into like drawing on the computer, and like it just obviously stuck with me my whole entire life. And yeah, and then just art stuff in general. Like, I like to craft, and I've even done like welding stuff. Like, it's fun. Anything I can do.
Big fan of Ted Bundy's work.
Big fan. Actually, John Wayne Gacy has some pretty sick paintings, not gonna lie.
I just like his attention to makeup.
Very good. I'm a makeup artist.
I know.
Yeah. Like,
You're
it's-
the reason the Juggalo show happened the way it did. It was such a
True.
fucking success.
Oh, that was
Everyone had great face paint on.
Thank you.
You just set that up. Was it like, what was the gimmick? If you face painted, you got 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, you got extra time.
That was a fun show.
Wow,
that was a really fun show.
That shit was fucking lit.
Yeah.
I
It
love
was-
that shit.
Like Kevin, the lad there.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
oh
jug
my
of everything.
God,
Oh, so fucking funny.
Sorry, inside jokes.
Too good. Should have been there, guys. Should have been there.
Should have been there. It was a pretty good crowd that night. Too.
It was. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything you'd like to promote before we call it a podcast?
Well, I have a couple shows coming up. I'm already getting booked, you
Exciting.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a poster, and I got put on the Comedy Attic the 27th and the 28th.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be on Kevin's showcase on 9/25 at
This
the Dark
coming
Rose.
Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday. And yeah, you can catch me at all the open mics being ridiculous. And yeah, just follow me on Instagram at Not a Damn Cheese.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a
And on YouTube.
comedy
And on
addict.
YouTube if you want. Some shit coming soon on YouTube. IG is where it's at for me. Because the visual art thing.
Right.
Yep.
Big, yeah, it goes well with your
Yeah. Big IG
repertoire.
fan.
But I Comedy Attic. This is gonna be a good. That'll be good. Those will be good shows. One of the best rooms in New England for sure. I just saw. I
Fire fish and chips.
did like really good fries. I haven't had the fish though.
Oh, it's so fire.
Yeah. I did like a. I don't know if you call it like an opening set. I don't know how they break it
Yeah,
down.
it's opening.
For Chris Penny last night.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
he
I
was-
heard he's super funny.
Dude, he was so fucking funny.
That's awesome.
He,
I'm sad I'm gonna miss him tonight.
Dude, he got like into it with a guest. It was so funny. I don't talk about it on the air. No, it's just not my place to, but I'll definitely tell you about it after. It was
Nice.
so fucking funny. It was
that's-
so fucking funny. I couldn't believe it was happening. It was so funny. But
Oh, that's awesome.
he's a killer. Lou Ramos and Dave Williams are also on that
Oh,
show.
Dave William, Ryan's friend.
Ryan's friend, yeah. We're gonna have both of those people on soon, hopefully.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird because the whole time we're gonna be like, you and I, we went to school together, but we didn't really know each other.
Yeah, did you know him at all? You didn't
I
know
definitely met
knew
him, like,
Yeah,
and hung
yeah.
out with him and Ryan. But when he came up and said hi that time when I was helping you set stuff up, I could not place him in my mind at all. But I had to be like, yeah, man, we know each other for sure.
Like, back off. I got a YouTube channel, buddy. You're like,
I have a fairly unsuccessful YouTube following, bro.
yeah.
Bruh.
All right.
No, he's a nice boy.
No.
It's nice.
Well, this has been lean.
And Liam, when
So I've been
yeah,
slowly.
Liam's drifting
Way
off
out.
the universe.
We talk about
like,
cancel culture on here. That was silly. That was dangerous.
That was
why,
dangerous.
you're legally obligated to talk about cancel culture this week if you're a comedian on a podcast.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
From
enough.
what I've noticed.
That's fair enough. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I don't know. I thought it was a good discussion, to be honest.
Liam,
with you guys.
Thursday, what mic
Just
are we going to?
Thursday this week.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is an open mic on Thursday. Oh, there's Crutchman's in Webster. We can hit up Crutchman's with Josh Ramirez in Webster. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing Crutchman's.
All right, well, if you want to
starts
see me
at,
fucking bomb for the first time in fucking years on
Yeah.
a stage, it will be there.
this is gonna be exciting. Brieana, you gonna be there? Crutchman's?
If I can get out of work in time, honestly, I'll just go straight in my work clothes. I don't even care.
Fair
I
enough.
want to see. I went to Crutchman's finally last month, and it was great.
Well, you're podcasting in your work clothes right now, right?
I am podcasting in my work clothes right now. Listen,
What do you do for a job?
I'm a stripper.
Oh,
She's a gun runner.
I'm
the
smuggling
outfit for a
drugs
gun
in my onesie.
Dude,
Like,
I'm sorry.
nobody-
People might pay attention to you, but they're not thinking you're moving guns in that. So
I got an
Tiger?
AK in my twat right now. Like, you don't even know.
That's good, that's
you
good.
always keep that motherfucking thing on
AK-47s
you.
is wood. There's a lot of wood in
Yes.
that gun. I know it'd be dangerous. You'd hate
38s,
to get a
9s,
splinter.
whatever you need, whatever millimeter you're into, I got you.
What about 45s?
45s. What do you think's in my ass right now?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Good. Well, I guess that's a safe place to leave it.
yeah, definitely. Liam, where can they find you online?
I'm on Grindr, Blogspot, Google Plus, Instagram at mar.liam, and Twitter at realliammar. Brandon,
Cool.
what about you? I think we mentioned it earlier, but let's reiterate.
Let's get an official rundown.
Just in case, official rundown: Twitter at Not a Damn Cheese, Instagram at Not a Damn Cheese, Facebook at Not a Damn Cheese. It's almost
God,
as if
that's so
branding
consistent.
is.
Yeah.
I'm just very
that's
consistent.
that's strong.
That's way
branding.
better.
Catch me on TeePublic, Redbubble, buy my T-shirts and my stickers and all my merch.
Wait,
Let's
really?
see.
You have merch?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah!
I did
buy
my-
her merch.
I did my phone case. I made that shit.
So cool.
I
Yes,
sell
phone
phone
case.
cases. He does.
Yeah, fucking get in there.
It's my face.
Could get her face on a phone case.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
T-Bubble.
Flaming narcissist.
Get
Cancel
it.
me. Yeah, so I do that shit. I'm on YouTube at Not a Damn Cheese, LinkedIn at Not a Damn Cheese. Just kidding. I don't have a LinkedIn. I'm not a professional.
I believe
I had to
Yeah,
make one.
I
for
deleted
work.
mine. I wasn't into it anymore.
Yeah, I
And,
should probably use it.
I saw someone on LinkedIn because I have to search to make sure we have contact info right at my company. And someone had their professional job and also self-employed comedian.
Oh my
And I
god.
was like, why would you put that on your professional?
I
thing?
was told to
What?
from my
Really?
professional development seminar teacher last year at Nichols was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's so interesting. You should put that on your resume and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. Don't know if you're right about
I love
that.
on Facebook where it's everybody's works at comedian and all their pictures are for some reason they're all purple colored. It's it's them in front of a microphone. It's just a funny trend that I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at my friends list, you can pick out all the comedians. It looks like a bunch of grapes. It's just all purple pictures. And I'm
I mean, I stopped using LinkedIn because people were not responding to my
Dick pics.
suggestive DMs with my penis.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought that was the place for it.
Yeah.
Very much the place.
Guess
for
that's
it.
Facebook.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe Twitter.
Maybe Twitter.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm noting this.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at the fake BMAR. That's BMARR. Of course, you can follow the channel on Twitter at WG Everything, on Instagram at Wicked Good Everything, on Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Everything, YouTube, youtube.com/Wicked Everything. And if we have 200 subscribers, we're only at 13 right now, so we have a fucking long way to go on this channel in particular. Then we can get a custom URL and have youtube.com/Wicked Podcast. For now, it's youtube.com/a-lot-of-nonsense. So
If we get
you gotta
100
search
subs
it.
on this other Wicked Good Everything channel,
Yeah,
I
Wicked
will
Podcast.
do something crazy.
Yeah.
If I get 100 subs, I get a Dominatrix merit badge.
Really?
Yeah. Right now I only have 50.
100
Halfway
I think
there.
we're talking about a different platform.
Glass half full.
Platform boobs, baby. Boobs. Boots.
Just Twitch.
It's on Twitch.
It's on Twitter.
yeah.
My premium Snapchat.
I should start one of those.
You should,
Oh,
but
I'm
just
surprised you
like
didn't talk about
just
that
put
one.
like regular pictures of yourself,
Yeah.
but just have like listed premium Snapchat.
Yeah.
Catch me on Instagram Live, or you can pay me $2,000 to blow bubbles, you guys.
Wow.
Dude, it is. And they say that, I don't know, chivalry is dead, right?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell everyone about Better Radio. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very
Come
much,
back
Brieana.
anytime.
No.
Wow, you guys are.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.